Hey Angel, so in today's video I just wanted to talk about fake influencers and medicine. So I was watching one influencer and she was saying about how a certain depression medicine completely changed her life. And I'm not saying that that can't happen, but she also said that she had severe BPD. She said her therapist said that was one of the most extreme cases that she had ever seen. And what I just wanted to clarify, what I believe is that medicine, yes, it can be helpful. Um, but it's not typical, I don't think, that someone just takes one medicine with extreme mental health problems and they're all of a sudden fixed, especially something like a personality disorder like BPD. I think that medicine, when given correctly, it can help calm things down enough so you can actually start to do the internal work. And what is internal work? It could be therapy, it could be support groups. It doesn't have to be that though. My therapy was spending many nights alone in jail, thinking about everything I had done and everyone I had hurt, including myself. It was a many nights praying. It was many days exercising, many days talking to my friend. So it doesn't have to be therapy, but you do have to do some inner work to see improvement in something like BPD. I believe you can't just take an antidepressant and say, okay, I'm fixed now. Unless your BPD, maybe it wasn't as severe as she was trying to make out. But, yeah, I don't think you can just fix yourself like with meds just like that. And it's honestly harmful to try and make people think that, oh, look, it's that easy just to, because that's something really personal to me. My mental health journey, I was on the precipice of permanent insanity. If you guys saw me back then, you wouldn't believe it was me now. Not just how I looked, I also looked completely different, but how I acted. I was very severely mentally ill, and I do still struggle with my mental illness, but it doesn't control my life anymore. And that's something I wanted to talk about too. I hate when people just say, well, they're mentally ill, so, they can't help it. I think in some instances, perhaps that is true. Some people are too far gone. But in a lot of cases, that's doing the person an injustice. And I know I always say this, but that's how a lot of people in my life treated me before. That she's crazy, oh, that's just her, pobrecita, she can't control herself. And it wasn't really until I met my husband that he believed in me so much that he pushed me harder than anybody ever pushed me before and believed in me. And I think that is so important if you're trying to get your mental health back on track, is you need somebody to believe that you can actually do it. That helps so much. And I feel for the people that are addicts and mentally ill, and they have no one. They have no one at all, and they have to start from the ground up from a homeless shelter. That would be probably nearly impossible, but I have seen women do it. I saw one woman, she went to prison. She got out, the court ordered her to do a year of rehab. She had no family, she had no friends, and then she started working in the rehab. She went to a homeless shelter, and she got her own apartment. I don't know where she is now, but, I do see people that they make it. And it is hard, especially especially if your mental health or your addiction has taken you to the places that mine took me. You you see the most evil, disturbing things you've ever seen in your life, and I was capable of some of that, and that still fucks with me to this day, that I was that evil and that selfish and that brainwashed by substances, that it completely changed who I was. I feel like now I'm starting to become like that old Ashley, like the me I was when I was a little girl. I don't know who that person was after. I know I'm kind of rambling, but like, if there's any parents out there and your kid, maybe is going through something, maybe something bad happens to them, please be careful what treatment you give them. I don't blame my parents. They didn't know what to do after I was essayed. I was, doing horrible coping mechanisms, and my parents didn't know what to do, so they went to psychiatry, and psychiatry basically threw me in a mental hospital, slapped a bipolar label on me, and started pumping me full of antipsychotics. When I was just a fucked up little kid, I don't think I could have been even bipolar then. Do I believe I became bipolar? Yeah, I kind of do, and I kind of think it was from being exposed to all those medicines so early that changed my brain. So that's why I get so upset when I see these fucking fake influencer people trying to say, oh, medicine, medicine, medicine. You should be extremely careful with whatever medicine you take. Do your research. Get a second opinion. I mean, look at me. You want to be rocking back and forth all day? You want to be pacing around in circles? You want to be doing this? I don't think so. And that's what can happen if you take unnecessary antipsychotics, sometimes even necessary. You gotta be careful. Medicine isn't a fix-all. You still have to do some internal work. And it's hard. It's hard to go back to feeling after you've been not feeling for so long, and all those things that you push down, they all come back up. They all come back up. And you have to deal with it all. If you're not religious, you have to find something that will give you strength. For me, I'm not religious, but I believe in God, and I will just cry on my hands and knees, cover my head and ears, and beg God to forgive me, and beg that I'll never be that way again, and thank Him that I am out of that. It was hell. It was hell on earth, and I feel horrible for anybody who's still in that. I would love to be able to like work at a treatment center or something and give people hope, because it's not typical. It's not typical for someone to be as far gone as I was in my addiction and mental health and come out of that. And I'm mostly, okay. But yeah, sorry for the ramble today, guys. I have my ultrasound tomorrow, so I hope that, they'll find out what's wrong and everything. But anyway, thanks for listening. Bye.